Hi everyone, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. My name's Ross and I'm making this video for those of you that are looking to start your own business. So I'm in the business. I have my own welding shop. I've been in business for about 18 years almost, and I feel I've truly been blessed with my welding shop. A lot of people out there, they start a business and they think you're going to get rich quick. Hey, it may happen for some of you it doesn't. Other people like myself, it took a very long time to become successful and good at what I do. So I'm here to tell you a little bit about my story, and hopefully I can inspire some of you out there that are looking to start your own business, how it actually works. So stay tuned. About 2001, I decided that I wanted to stop working for people, making people rich. I remember this one company I used to work for where the owners of the company would come every payday and they would give us our checks and shake our hands and say thank you. And I couldn't help to think, the little money that I was making, how much money that the employees were making this company, turning them into multi-millionaires. And true story, I'm going to tell you guys about this company, what happened years later, and it's so ironic and pretty amazing that it happened to me. But basically, I come from a long line of welders in my family. My father was a welder, but he worked in a welding factory, and he did welding on the side. He did wrought iron, gates, railings, fence, repair, all kinds of cool stuff. And when I decided I wanted to go off on my own, my father said to me, well, you already know how to weld. Why don't you start your own business? We have a small shop behind the house, just a little garage. You can start, and I'll help you advertise, through word of mouth. Since everybody knew my dad, it was nice to get some exposure through him. So I went out and registered my business name. It was about $60, and I got myself my GST number with Revenue Canada and here in Ontario. And basically I started to advertise. I wasn't paying for advertisement. A lot of it was word of mouth, business cards, my father referring me to some of his friends, and they were hiring me for small jobs. I wasn't making a lot of money. I was making a few $100s here and there a week. But because I was living with my parents, I didn't really need a lot of money. I was good at managing my money. So, that was good for the time being. I would say it would be about 10 years into my business that was the pivotal point where I actually started making a substantial amount of money, because my work was speaking for itself. I was doing such a good job for customers that I was getting crazy referrals from people. And then finally I got noticed by a home builder, and I got recruited to work for them and be their welding contractor and do all the iron railings and, the welding of the homes, the beams, the columns. And, with that being said, and all my personal work, my business became very wealthy. I'm not going to say I became very wealthy. I'm going to say my business, because it's incorporated. I just give myself a paycheck. But yeah, I managed to build my own welding shop. I expanded. I hired employees. So back to the story about the company that I worked for many years later. What ended up happening was, me and this company that I used to work for, the one I told you about, the paychecks every Friday where they'd come and shake our hands, they were a glass company. We were making glass for new homes, the windows. Well, what ended up happening was, this company was a supplier for the same builder that I work for, and we ended up having a Christmas lunch, and the owners of the company sat across from me and my company. And it was funny because I was telling them how I used to work for them, and how I started my business just after I quit working for them. And they ended up recruiting me to do some work for them as well. So it's just the whole irony behind it. It's hilarious how I went from being just an employee working in a company to now sitting with the top guns of these industries, being basically like one of them. It was an honor. It was fantastic feeling to know that I've brought my business to this level. So I truly believe if I can do it, anybody can do it. It's just a matter of using your mind and knowing how to get there. So with the power of camera magic, I've managed to shave my beard, change my glasses, and get into my work clothes. No, just kidding. Took a while to finish this video. Saturday morning, I'm heading over to work right now to my welding shop, and I'm going to install a railing for a restoration company. That I'm replacing an old railing there that doesn't meet code anymore to install a new one. So yeah, this is my life. Saturday morning, going to work. You want to make money, you got to work hard, you got to wake up, and you got to go get her done. That's the way I say it. So back to starting your business and hoping that it's successful. This is how you do it, okay? Basically, you register your business, you register it online, or you can go to a local municipality. You can call your city, ask them where you register your business. I'm in Ontario, so I did mine online. My business is now incorporated, so my business number is for life. I don't have to renew my master business license ever again. Once you've done that, and you know what you want to sell, what your product is, you want to prepare your advertisement, you want to get on social media, Facebook, Kijiji, Craigslist, Instagram, maybe send out a text message to your friends and family of the business you started. That's a good way of advertising. Don't forget your website and your business cards, your word of mouth. The other thing too is you want a sample of what it is you sell. I don't recommend going out and spending, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 in product hoping that it's going to sell, because you know what, if it doesn't sell, you're going to be out of, all that money and stuck with all this product. It's better that you just buy a little bit, try it out, test the waters, and see how it goes from there. For me, with my welding business, it's a little different. I didn't have to have an overhead. I lived with my parents at the time when I started, so I had my father's welding shop. I had his tools. Basically, all I had to do was wait for a job to come in, buy the steel, make the railing, make the gate, whatever it is I was doing, and go install it and get paid. You kind of want to have that same kind of setup going, depending on what you do. I don't know if it's a drop shipping business that you want to start, then you don't need an overhead. I don't know much about drop shipping or any of those kinds of online businesses. This is more for a physical labor kind of business, like a welding shop, woodworking, something custom, interior decorating, things like that. So once you've done this and you've started your advertisement and you have a little bit of product, you might want to have a sample or a few samples so you can show customers of what it is you do. For example, I had little 2-foot sections of railings that I made, that I hung on the walls of my shop, so when a customer would come and say, what are some of the designs you could make, I would show them either the catalog or some of the samples I made so they can see the material, they can see the type of material, and that helped out a lot. So 10 years down the road, like I was saying earlier, I got in with a home builder, and it all took off from there. Now I'm with restoration companies, different builders, private people. The business just took off. It took a long time. I'm not saying that you're going to start a business and it's going to take you a long time, but what I am saying, don't expect your business to grow overnight. It's going to take some time. You might be lucky. You might start getting work right away. It might be something you've been doing for a while and you just haven't got into starting a business. So people already know you, so you have your foot in the door. That's another way. But basically, in my scenario, I didn't know these people. It was my father who referred me because it was his old welding business that he was doing on the side. I just took it full time. So yeah, we're arriving to my shop, and I'll show you the building that I built. and my equipment, and you can see the things that we do to know you can, sorry, excuse me, so you know that my business is legit and I'm not making this stuff up. Okay, so we're here at my shop. Here's my welding business. There's my big diesel truck, my baby, or I should say my toy. Missing the front grill right now. I had to do a little bit of a repair, and as we're approaching the shop, you can see there's one of my guys. It's the railing we're going to install. Custom modern railing. How's everything coming along, Joe?
Good.
Products coming out good?
Yeah.
All our brackets.
6 more to go.
Home builder brackets. Got more to go. Safety posts. More of the railing. This is the shop. So here we are at the job site. We're removing an old railing, and we're getting ready to prepare the new one. Completely remove the old railings. And here's the after. Nice modern looking railing. And that, folks, is how you operate a business.